Do you own a rental property in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and you don't know how much you should rent it for and what are the determining factors? Hey everyone, I'm Steve Rosenberg, Head of Investor Education at Mynd Property Management. Today we're going to discuss whether you own one or you're thinking of purchasing one. How do you know how to set the proper rent? This is something that is an ever-changing thing and it's never going to be the same, and there's a lot of factors to that. Before we do, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so you can get this as well as more information like this in the future. So some of the things you always want to think about when you're setting rents are, first of all, time of year. So sometimes there's a high season and then there's a low season. So if you are trying to rent something during the high season, you're probably going to get more per rent than you would in the low season. This is why you want to check rent comparables. You want to make sure that you are doing like for like, meaning a 3-bedroom house to a 3-bedroom house and very similar square footage. Do not compare a single family house to an apartment or to a condominium or a mobile home. You're not going to get the same data and the numbers, and you may be making a very bad error, which will cause you a lot of vacancy when you're trying to rent your property. So one of the things you want to look at in Chapel Hill is, what are the average rents in the area, first of all. The next thing I would look at are, what are the average home prices, as well as what are the average rent prices. These go up and they go down all the time. Make sure that you have current information and current data so you know how to set your rent. Next thing is the breakdown of the different property types, whether it's a house, an apartment, a condominium, a mobile home. Make sure you know what you have and what your competition is out there so you know how to adequately set your price. Next thing I'd be looking at is city trends. Is the city growing year over year or is it shrinking? What is the growth doing? Because this is going to tell you a lot as to what the future may hold for your rental property, and does it make sense for you to keep it? Next thing is you want to look at the occupancy. What is the occupancy rate for that area in Chapel Hill? And what are the days on market when your property is vacant? Again, all of this is going to give you information, and then you got to look at the actual statistics, the actual numbers. So for example, in Chapel Hill, the average rent for a 2-bedroom house is about $1,400 a month, and single family home are the most common type properties in Chapel Hill, which is about 43% of all the housing units. Now, Mynd Property Management, we do manage a lot of properties in Chapel Hill, so we are very familiar with what you can rent it for. Now, the typical home value in Chapel Hill is about $410,000 a year, and home values have gone up about 2.5% over the past year, and they're going to continue to rise about 6% over the next year. Home appreciation has gone up about 7%. So again, this is all information that's telling you probably going to have rent prices increasing. Now, when you look at renter occupied versus owner occupied, you will see that they're about equal. Rental occupied is about 47% and owner occupied is about 52%. Again, this is just telling you that there are a lot of renters in the area, which is good information when it comes to trying to rent your property. Now, the average population in Chapel Hill is about 61,000 people, which is the 16th largest community in North Carolina. And Chapel Hill has a lot of professional service providers, sales, as well as office workers. Now, about 95% of the town is comprised of professional workers, service workers. About 14% are management. You've got about 11% which are sales. So again, you've got a lot of working class people, which is great when you have a rental property because you want to make sure that they're working and that the job is increasing. Now, about 75% of the people that live in Chapel Hill have earned a 4-year degree, a master's degree, an MD, or a law degree, and that's huge compared to the national average, which is about 21%. So again, all of this information and data is telling you that if you have a rental property, you can see that the trends are getting better. So again, just going back to what we said, you want to make sure that when you're looking at an area, you look at what the trends are, you look at what days on market are, what the price is, what the rental amounts are for this specific time for your specific property. And then you can set the rent accordingly. And again, this other information is to tell you that it does make sense. Now, having a good property management company like Mynd, we can help you with a lot of this information because we manage a lot of properties in Chapel Hill, so we can help you make smart decisions. If you'd like to see this information or talk to us more in depth about a specific area, just make sure you go to our website at mynd.co. Again, that's MYND.co. There we can give you all the information you need based on what you need, based on your property and your goals. Again, if for some reason this area does not make sense for you, or you want to talk to us about some of the other markets that we manage in, like Atlanta, Charlotte, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, all along the West Coast, we'd be happy to have a conversation with you and help you achieve your goals as part of your strategy. So again, I'm Steve Rosenberg with Mynd Property Management. Thank you for watching. Go to our website, learn a lot, see all the places, and happy investing. Bye-bye.